Stop. Check.
Oh,
Check.
I'm so proud that we're twitching.
Or at least we're not Xing.
Yeah. Does X actually have a streaming
No,
service?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let's do this.
Let's rock and roll.
Are we ready? Let me get my software
We're
ready.
ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Oh no, we have a new soundtrack.
Away!
No way! I am shocked. I'm truly and honestly shocked. Are we entering a 21st century now?
What the hell?
It only took a year.
Now we're gonna have an action shot of Lester.
Well, I suppose what I need is some comments. What?
I think
Any
it's pretty
thoughts?
cool. I think it's pretty cool.
You like
I
it? You want
think
to hear it again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
can you,
okay.
like the next action shot,
Novelties.
can we have Tom Cruise busting on the scene and converting everyone
Yeah,
to
this is the
Scientology?
Mission Impossible.
It's
Right.
last week.
Okay, let me just make sure that the audio is going out to the right places. Okay, yes, we are. Okay, good stuff. Hello, guys. How
How's
are we all?
everyone?
Okay, so just to let you know that is AI generated.
You joking, dude?
I'm not.
Holy
I went to a
sh-
website
holy
and said,
moly.
please create a video for me for this, and it gave me that.
Wow, that is amazing, dude.
Yes, baby.
That is amazing.
Right.
How long did it take you?
5 minutes.
Yeah, I thought you actually put some effort. You could have milked the situation.
You like
You
the way
could've-
you say that is like
You could have milked the situation. I thought you spent at least a day, like basically, like going through soundtracks, picking out like what's your favorite, mixing the tunes, etc., etc. It's like
No, but that's not AI generated. That's Andrew generated.
what?
You said the way that
What
you're
is
talking about,
AI
that's Andrew generated. Mine's AI generated. I go to AI engine and I say, hey, listen, I want an intro for a podcast. I want it within this genre, and it gave me this.
Wow, this is really cool, dude.
There you go.
It's really cool. You could have really milked the situation.
And now I need to get one for the background, you know, this one.
But this is like an action soundtrack, right? This is like the previous one was like an action soundtrack. You literally expect Tom Cruise to burst in the scene and convert everyone.
Okay,
to
good.
Scientology.
I'm glad because the MI6 has already infiltrated our stream. Oh, don't say it.
Like Lester's
6
like- Lester just
6
freezes-
IM.
Lester freezes now.
6
It's like,
Okay, let's rate the week because we don't normally do that. So let's just do that again.
7.
7? Oh, wow.
wow.
I didn't keep track of your
Wow.
last one. So
I
I would
think
imagine
last-
things are going a little bit better.
I think last week was close to 5.
Weren't
like
you
as
in
far as I remember.
Amsterdam? Ting ting.
I have been in Amsterdam this week. Yes.
Wow.
He was in Amsterdam.
I am Amsterdam.
Wow, wow. So how was the trip?
Wet.
Wait.
We had some sort of storm blow through, which has killed a few people in Scotland. But yeah, we got the start of it in Amsterdam, I think, or the outskirt of it. We had to take cover in Irish bars. That's how bad it was.
In Irish bars.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
That's better than the Starbucks.
That
Hence the 7.
doesn't sound bad at all. You took cover, you missed the storm, and then you missed the next one, and then you missed the next one.
Man's got to do what man's got to do to survive. I hid from the elements. I live to tell the tale.
What a rough story.
Oh, he does.
Andrew, your
Alive
side?
next morning.
Yeah, give it a 6.
Okay,
6.
so it's mediocre, but
Yeah, it does okay.
on the good side of mediocre.
Yeah, it's okay.
I would rate 7.
Mediocre.
Also,
I
Not
didn't
even
go to Amsterdam, but it was pre-rocking kind of a week.
rocking.
is
Let's see if we can change this view. Let's say view,
No,
speaker view.
No, don't change the view. Like,
Why?
it's gonna.
Do what?
Do you think it's gonna mess with Lester's audio?
No.
No, it was an overall awesome week.
See if we can turn on captions.
Okay.
Okay. It's using US English.
Is it captioning anything?
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
It's
as well.
not working. It's broken.
Okay,
it's fucked up.
Let's turn it on. But like,
Okay.
7 was like solid. It was.
Sorry,
on the
I forgot
side.
to take my ADD medicine this morning.
It's not too late now.
Yeah, well, okay, let me just go sort out my domestic. Which actually reminds me.
Oh no. Is it that time of the day?
Yeah, it's that time of the day. Okay, anyway. Come concentrate, guys. Concentrate.
Sure, we're on the roll today.
Yes.
We're on the roll today. But yeah, like it was overall solid. Yeah. Very, very cool. Weather was great. Managed to get quite a lot of
I'm
exercise.
pulling amps already.
Oh, dude.
10 minutes. You're pulling amps already.
Yeah. I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning,
Nick's
man.
telling you about his perfect week.
Oh,
Almost.
jeez. I wasn't
And this is
listening.
the effect it has.
I
Nice.
wasn't listening.
Dude was already concentrating on like doing something domestic.
Yeah. It must be
He's just imagining this picture perfect moment of sitting in the bathroom, you know.
Yeah.
What were those insults that you shared with us from TikTok?
Jeez. Oh, man. I can't even remember. So, like, was how to offend someone without saying something offensive. Let's see if I can find one here. I sent it to you guys on the group, right? So
Can
let's
you
see.
stream it on the?
I can.
So you need to go and find the tree that produces oxygen for you and apologize to it.
Yes, I love that one. Let's see. A weekend crack.
Right up there with the one-liner. When is just the day of today? No, it can't be the one-liner day.
So if I
'cause
play
that
this, I don't think you'll hear it. But have you watched it, Alec?
Yeah, I watched part of it.
Okay. Because if I play it, I don't think Lester will hear it. But if I do, he will.
He will sense it.
Yeah, I
With
just
his
want to
sixth
see if it's connected to my. Let's see here. No, man, come on.
What everyone else says about you.
So if I play it on my phone and I put it on the microphone, you'll hear it, right?
You're great. Oh, that's so good. I'd agree with you, but that would make us both wrong.
Window liquor of the year right there. Rob McLennan. I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain it to you.
It is brilliant. Somewhere on this earth, a tree is producing oxygen for you. Please go and find it and apologise to it.
Bloody oxygen thief.
I'd rather shit in my hands and clap than continue this conversation.
I envy those who haven't met you.
You're the kind of person who proves the theory that light travels faster than sound, because you appeared to be bright and then you spoke. Finally from me. I bet your parents got you to hide your own Easter eggs.
Yeah. Anyway, that was courtesy of the Rock down under.
Oh, that's
Right.
funny. That's funny.
They are a regular feature on my For You page.
Yes, on mine too. So just let's talk about. I sent you guys a post on or a link on the chat about how much you would have to pay if you wanted dedicated parking in Camps Bay / Clifton in Cape Town. 1 bar, rond, South African rand.
Is it like? Can I ask you? Is that like forever and ever?
Well, I suppose you could trade it.
No, but
You
like
could rent it out.
if you buy that parking spot, do
I'm
you
sh-
own it forever?
I
in
would
perpetuity?
imagine so.
That's
You
actually
build on it.
Can you build? Oh no! Can you build on it?
That's funny. That's funny. You know, we're already scheming.
Yeah, like
How to turn that 1 bar into 10.
I wonder if I can put it on Airbnb.
Put a tent on it and Airbnb it for like 10 grand a month.
No, but hang on. Think about this. You got parking space. You can still put a car in there if you've got stilts and something on top of it.
Oh, so you can have like a lift system.
Double story, dude.
Yeah.
Double story RV, man.
The view.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
the fumes obviously is an
So
issue,
you can
but the
imagine.
view-
No, imagine what happens. You got 2 cars. One is at the bottom, and the guy's at the top. What happens when the guy on the top wants to leave first?
he waits.
Yeah.
There was something similar in the UK a few years ago. There was a pristine, typical picture postcard place in Cornwall, rugged coast, lovely, lovely, lovely. And there was basically a wooden garage on the edge of this, perfect spot for views and everything else. Again, parking is an issue in this area. And so they decided to sell the property of the
Gotta go
garage.
sort my domestic out.
And
Andrew,
this
Sorry.
domestic.
Andrew, don't rush.
What is the time? Let's synchronize watches. It's 1:15 on the dot.
Yeah.
Right. So every week we need to check. At 40 minutes past, we need to say, Andrew, stop what you're doing because you have a domestic.
Issue.
Well, it's becoming an issue.
Listen, but can I ask you
Wow.
something? Like, would you pay 1 bar for a parking spot in Camps Bay?
He said it was 1.5 million, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
It's still, I mean, if you're going to pay $1 million for a parking, what's another $500,000?
Yeah. Like, you
Of
know
course
what?
not.
You know that example that you were using of like essentially a shed in Cornwall. How much did that go for?
Oh, the price of a 4 or 5 bedroom house somewhere else in the country.
You're joking. So like £200,000, £300,000.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
more than the houses down there.
But like, is
It was
Cornwall
that pristine a spot.
is that just that spot in Cornwall that's like really awesome, really like Swiss Alps type of setting or like coastal setting, right? Is it like, yo, dude, like that was quick, man. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm really impressed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm constipated. I'll have to go later.
Hey.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
I'm not ready now.
Okay. So reset the clock.
Yeah,
Anyway.
reset the clock.
Anyway, so like, is it really that cool? Like, becomes Camps Bay is really that cool in Cape Town.
Yes, there's a lot of demand. There's a lot of money in that area. So it's the same concepts, at play. You want to be there, that specific place on the coast. I mean, there are other places that are nice. Similar to Cape Town, there are other places that are nice. But you want to be there.
They're
Now
at the
you must
beachfront.
fucking
Jeez, dude,
Batal.
have you ever tried to get parking at Clifton? If you
I
get
tried
there
with my little
after
road
9
trip
o'clock in
earlier
the
in the
morning.
year.
Dude, you can't get parking there after 9 o'clock. You have to
No, you
rock up.
can't.
You have to rock up there at 7 or 6:30.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
How much is it per hour to park there?
I think it's like free parking. So it's not like paid parking because it's on the road.
Yeah.
And they have those like little car park things off the side of the road where you can put
They're
like
called car
20
park
cars or
attendants.
something. Yeah, like I suppose if you're that way inclined, you can give the parking attendant some moolah, some cash, if you really want to. Yeah.
So theoretically, you can park there. If you get there early enough, you can park there all day.
That's true.
So why? Yeah, no. This is never going to sell.
I think it will. Because
I think it
it's like-
will.
I think it will because like the houses there have limited basically spaces for parking. So like
There's no return on investment here.
hey,
But I
dude,
wonder-
hey, dude, if you can afford the house there, like 1 bar for you is like not much.
Yeah.
You know?
But I wonder how you control it so that people don't park in your parking space.
Picture of this parking space.
Um,
I need to visualize it. Is it just one of the many that line the side of the street, or is it in its own little niche?
I can open it up on WhatsApp. WhatsApp. I wonder how they decided what name to give WhatsApp. WhatsApp. Remember that advert? What's up?
Wasn't it like Budweiser?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Budweiser.
What's up?
Was one of the epic ads.
Yeah.
What's
Did you ever see that Pepsi Max one? Where the I'll have to send it to you guys. The guys are launching Pepsi Max, and I'll find that video. It's pointless me showing it on here because Lester won't hear it. What we can crack? Let's see. Cape Town, no free parking
anymore after 1 million was made.
Let's see what it says here. Says, Clifton Parking Bay goes for sale for a whopping 1.5 million rand.
Yeah, but
No
it's
free
gone on
parking
sale.
and no, we're not
Bullshit.
playing games. Residents of Cape Town will pay over R1 million to own a parking bay, especially in areas along the beach. Read more, link in bio. Cape Town, etc. Oh, hello, darling.
No, you see, you're not sharing. I can't see.
No.
No, he's not sharing that. He's not sharing that.
No, I can't. We'll get banned.
What a Cape
Let's see.
Town I'll never get to see.
Yeah, I don't even. Oh, they've got so many flipping. Oh, yeah. And that's it. Yes, no, something? Yeah, okay. So let's see here. Let's have a quick read. So parking bay sales are genuine business and purchasing. One even comes with a title deed. Those who are lucky enough to own their own private parking space, however, tend to hold on to them so they don't come up for sale very often. A buyer will therefore always certainly be found when one does come up for sale, especially in Clifton, where a parking bay on the rooftop of the San Michelle apartment building on Victoria Road is listed for 1.5 million rand.
So it's already on top of a building.
Yeah, so it's on top of a building. I thought it was like along the beachfront. Entrance to the open air parking lot has private
even
security. Access to Clifton's first beach can be obtained via the building. Oh, so I suppose that's it.
It's
the
not
building,
really for residents.
yeah, not only for residents. So it's obviously a resident that's got a parking bay that sold it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he retired to Clifton. Too old to drive a car. Has to Uber it everywhere. I need to finance his Ubering.
Yeah. So the parking bay at White Cliffs Apartments on the Atlantic seaboard was part of around 167 million rand in sales in December 2017, when one of the busiest along the said, but that's a parking bay. Okay, was part of the 167 million rand, yeah. Nice. Clifton's 230 million rand dream home can become a reality with a deposit.
Sure.
Like a 10% deposit is like 23 million rand. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that.
But you can't build
I
on it.
ain't going to
It's
be
already-
buying a parking bay in Clifton.
I mean, just park somewhere else and Uber it. I mean, you don't have to worry about the car
True.
park attendants.
True.
Don't have to worry about all
How's
that stuff.
shot, dude.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a drone
Thanks
shot.
for sharing, guys.
Thanks for sharing, boys. Yeah. Anyway. So, are we going to predict a score for the rugby today?
Let's try. Let's give it a shot.
Did you watch the rugby last weekend?
I haven't watched
I said
any
you
rugby
hadn't
this
watched the
whole tournament.
You missed the game on Sunday.
Yes. The one where
One
we
of the
won by
best
1
games
point.
of rugby you'll ever experience in your life. You've missed.
Okay, that was the only game.
So
that
it
I
was like
watched
watching the final.
from
Is that
this
what you're
World
saying?
Cup so far, and I was
Yeah,
like,
the quality from here on is yeah.
Yeah.
So for me,
Hey,
it
go
was
on
like
then. What's the predictions?
for me like our last week's game was like the final. It was like the
And,
final.
and what are you saying? Today's going to be the final nail in the coffin.
No. It was like I don't know if you can get any closer than that.
Okay, let's
terms of
start
the
with
nail-biting
who's
experience.
going to win. Who's going to take?
Let you guys go first, and I'll give you my professional opinion.
Okay, well, I have to be patriotic. Okay, go
You don't have to.
Go South Africa.
Oh,
Oleg,
you're not going to predict a score along with that.
I'm being
I will eventually.
what for
A score. Yeah,
today's game?
no. You say who's going to win first, and then.
I have to be honest. Like, I always like try to watch the quarterfinals and the semis, and then the finals for the Rugby World Cup. And I have to admit, like, South African team doesn't really do extremely impressive in the qualifying rounds, but once they get to like the quarterfinals and the semis, they're very strong. So like my bet is on SA,
Okay, Leicester.
especially with the current squad.
You know that's true for a lot of teams, though. They get better as the tournament goes on.
Yeah,
You spend more time with each other practicing, and you get more familiar.
But SA squad is kind of unique in terms of I think they're a very mature squad in terms of they've been with each other for like a long time. So this is most likely they're most likely at their peak.
Leicester.
I mean, yes, there will be a number of them that will retire at the end of this tournament. Okay, so here's the expert opinion. You're sitting calm.
Didn't even
South
flinch.
Africa is, I think, the only team that's ever won a World Cup by losing a game in the group stages. And if they continue in this tournament in the same vein, they will become still the only team to have done that. But they've done it twice because they've lost against Ireland in the group stages. The team itself, and this has become more to light if you watched the game last weekend, they don't play the traditional South African way. They do in parts, because that is a strength, but everyone expects them to play that way. And they surprise everybody. I mean, you do need to be strong and aggressive. Physicality is the word you only ever hear in a rugby game. That all happens, but you can't just do that. So what you're watching every time you watch the Springboks in this tournament is the same team, and they do move. There's not the same 15 guys every time. They are rotating, and I'll come back to that in another second. They are playing against the team. They're obviously playing against the opponent, but they've already learned the opponent. They learned their weaknesses, and they're playing to target those weaknesses, but at the same time retaining their strong defenses. And I expect no different in the England game. South Africa will win today. Not just because they are currently ranked number 1 in the world. They've gone to number 1 through this tournament. England have gone up as well in the world rankings, but they're at number 5. A week ago, there were 6. A few weeks ago, they were like scraping bottom of the 10. Okay, but that's not about rankings. Why South Africa will win. It's purely down to how much rest the team have had. You look at all the players that are in the team this week, how many minutes they've played through the last 4 or 5 weeks of this tournament, 6 weeks. Look on the England side. There's a good handful of players that have been playing just about every minute of every game. These guys must be sucked, knackered. So I think not just South Africa have got their A game, they've got a fully fit team. They've sorted out their one weakness, which was kicking. They're all well rested and eager to go. That is why they will win today, and the score will be about 40. What was New Zealand's score last night? 44 something. It's going to be about the same, except 44-16 maybe. Or South Africa could just choose to rest and just kick the whole game, just to make sure they make it through to the final. rather than play the aggressive way they have been. We don't know how they're going to play, but I suspect we will see a win.
So
That's
you
all I have
think
to say for now.
40-20, roughly.
Yeah, should be, right? It depends. If they play an aggressive attacking game, that's probably what the score will be. If they prefer to play it safe, where they just kick and get points on the board and just play defensive, then it's going to be a bit closer. But there you go. Time will tell.
Cool.
However,
Your side?
on the
I think
cricket,
it's going to be a lot closer. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I'm going to go 19-17.
I'm going to go for 34, like 22 type of.
34-22.
Yeah.
Okay.
a nice one. Are you writing this down?
Yeah, I was just
So we
thinking
can
maybe
come
I
back
should.
on them next week.
Okay,
Just write
so
in the chat. Just write in the chat.
okay, so where are we? Chat. Where's the chat button?
Another no, like in the WhatsApp chat.
Oh, yeah.
In the WhatsApp
Okay,
chat.
in
yeah.
the WhatsApp chat.
Yeah. So like.
While you're doing that, I will tell you that England are playing South Africa in the World Cup cricket
Yeah.
as we speak.
Okay,
And
so Leicester
South
was.
Africa is spanking it.
What was your score, Leicester?
44-20, I think.
22 SA, RSA. Oleg was, what did you say?
34
34,
to like 22
22 to
RSA.
RSA.
You said it's going to be a low scoring game.
And I was 19, 17 to RSA. Okay, cool. There we go. It's in the chat. We can do a debrief next weekend.
We can check in. Yeah.
We'll check in next weekend.
Well, we
okay.
can check in today, dude.
Yeah, but on the podcast I'm talking about.
Yeah, on the podcast.
Yeah, okay. And then on to Formula One. It is the Grand Prix in the US of A.
US of A.
Yeah.
A.
A. I see the qualifying was yesterday because they've got a sprint race on today. And did you see the qualifying results?
No.
Okay,
That's, I
so
think.
on pole, Charles Leclerc.
Yep.
Number 2, Lando Norris. Number 3, Lewis Hamilton.
Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Number 4, Carlos Sainz. Number 5, George Russell. Number 6, Max Verstappen. 7, Pierre Gasly. 8,
Nando.
Esteban. 9, Sergio. 10, Oscar. 11, Yuki. And so it goes on. Daniel Ricciardo, 15th. Alonso,
first race back,
17th. Stroll, 19th. And holding up the rear, Logan Sargent at 20. So, there's going to be an interesting race tomorrow. Seeing that Max
do you think?
Verstappen starts 6th.
I mean, just appears these guys are just cruising. They've won it all.
Yeah.
They don't need to win anything else.
No, no.
Do you think he's
No,
like,
they're just getting ready for next year.
Oh, Max doesn't have to race for the rest of the year.
do you think he's basically just taking it easy and just like
I don't think so. I think
Yeah, but
I think
these guys are racing drivers. They
the
don't like
reality
losing.
is Red Bull, if they were to win every race from now until the end of the season, for the first time, a team will have won every Grand Prix except for one. That's quite a mean record to hold.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I would imagine that they are keen to get as close to that as possible. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I see the next Grand Prix is Mexico. I could have or should have been there.
You can still
It's not
go.
too late.
Dude.
I mean, you've got
Yeah,
a
I
few
just
weeks
won't
to-
get tickets though.
No, you just won't get tickets, but you
Yeah.
can get close to it.
What? Look at it from outside the track. I could have been there.
You can rent an apartment
drone.
on the top story. No, I think that's going to be closed airspace. So you can rent an apartment somewhere close by on one of the top stories and get yourself a gigantic telescope.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like stand next to the track and the outside the track and watch it on my phone. I was there.
You can hear the noise.
Not really. Yeah, exactly. I can do a live stream.
This is what they do in Monaco.
Yeah.
All of those apartments, not all of them, but apartments that are on the racetrack, those guys will move out for the weekend and charge you 5-10 grand for the apartment. So if you're going in with 20 guys in your sleeping bags on the lounge floor, they don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you
would
get
do
to
that.
see trackside view.
Absolutely. I'm too
There's
scared to ask how
there's
you
no
know
queue for
this,
the
but
toilets,
anyway.
and there's no queue for the beers. You're right there.
Ask no questions.
Hear no lies.
Yeah, no lies.
Hear no lies. Okay, yeah, so, and the sprint race is in 7 hours' time. So that'll be at 1900.
Not too hot there at the moment, is there? I was thinking of the last race when everyone had heat exhaustion.
Oh, no, yeah, that was a...
I heard you think more about this.
No. Let's see what the latest news is on Formula One. Okay, Sargent has had it tough in his rookie season, but he can deliver. But can he deliver in the remaining races?
Oh, might be starting in the back of the pile.
Yeah. Hamilton hopeful that Mercedes can challenge Ferrari in the Austin Grand Prix, while Russell is left mystified by the lack of pace.
Mystify me.
Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, so we'll see what Max can do from 6 on the grid. Let's see what happens in the sprint race later
It was
today.
fastest in practice, so
Yeah. Or maybe they got good race pace, just not good on one lap. But they typically have been good at this track, haven't they?
Well, it's a fairly open track, so yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for overtakes, and yeah, I think basically the qualifying will not reflect like the final race result. Well, it's going to be very different.
Yeah. So it's a 5.5 kilometer circuit track, 56 laps
what's
for
your
the
view,
race.
Mr. Fenn,
On what?
on Ferraris being so strong for this race? Have they been coming back gradually?
Yeah, well,
'Cause they
look,
went off well
I'm not
early in the season.
surprised. I'm not surprised McLaren's up there. I'm a little bit concerned that Piastri is a bit low on the grid there. But yeah, look, I mean, I think the problem is that Ferrari's had these flashes or these moments of pace, and I suppose this is just another one. Whereas, like with McLaren, they consistently been getting better. You know, starting like from being at the back of the grid, working their way up to the front over the whole season. Whereas like Ferrari's in and out. Mercedes has also been gradually getting better, so that's good to see. Yeah. So, I mean, Oscar's in 10th. Norris is in 2nd. Like, that's quite a big difference. I mean, Max is in 6, Sergio's in 9. That's quite a thing. I mean, Hamilton's 3rd, you know, Russell's 5th. Leclerc's 1, Sainz is 4th. Yeah, so. But I mean, you know what blows my mind is that these guys are separated by 1/100th of a second. So to give you the times, the qualifying time for Charles Leclerc was 1:34.723, right? Lando Norris was 1:34.853. Okay, so not even 100th of, so a little bit more than 100th of a second. But then Hamilton was 1 minute 34 and 1:34.86. Then 1:34.94. 1:35.08. 1:35.081. I mean,
so you know
that
what's
is
telling?
super close.
If you look at the difference between number 1 and number 10, right? Or even number 1, number 10. The difference between number 1 and number 10 is less than a second.
Exactly.
So think about it this way.
Yeah. That's all going to come down to the speed of pit stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
how many
Well,
pit stops, and the speed.
but
of
again, remember that there's a difference between banging it for one lap and, race pace. Because race pace is really around tires. So, and I mean, we don't realize. We think those guys are going there and in the race going flat out the whole race. It's not the case.
No, I think
They're managing their stint. They're managing their fuel. They lift and coasting.
it. They also changed the setup between qualifying and race, which has got to make a difference as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The only thing that
Always
can really
pulling
change
amps.
is the downforce on the front and the back. There's not much else they can change.
Yeah, but it's all about same thing you were saying about the economies of the race.
Yeah.
Not going full pace. That setup is there to assist that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean they've even got different front wings for different circuits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Interesting. Something I didn't ask you guys is what were your thoughts on the tire issue at Qatar? Because I mean we were sidetracked by the weather conditions. What about the tire conditions? I don't know if you guys are aware of the issues that they had there.
Please explain to the viewers and listeners.
Yeah, so they had resurfaced the track. I think they had changed some of the curbs. And what the result was, when they were doing their practice runs, they realized when Pirelli inspected the tires after their stints, noticed that there were like micro cracks in the tires.
Oh.
And that might have been like a sort of like heat kind of thing, I'm sure. And then, so then what they did when they did the sprint race, the sprint race was reduced to 19 laps. I think it was supposed to be 20. It was really reduced to 19. And then in the race, they weren't allowed to race more than 18 laps per tire. And that's taking into account, that's from when it's brand spanking new. So when the guys use tires in the race that they had already scrubbed, if you want to, they've either put a couple of laps on it, 2 or 3 or maybe 4 laps. If they put those tires on, so let's say they had done 4 laps on it previously, whether it's in practice or qualifying or whatever. Let's say they had done 4 laps. When they put it on in the race, they were only allowed to do 16 laps on it, and they had to pit.
Can I give my take?
Insane.
Yeah.
Like the whole tire design thing, it's like obviously these are extremely, extremely high performance tires that basically designed to give you like maximum amount of grip and stuff like that. But like prevailing weather conditions, I think the prevailing weather conditions, like just, and then the resurfacing of the track kind of exacerbated the heat stress on the tires.
Yeah.
So it's like they wanted to stay on the safe side and say like, we definitely sure this is like they will last for X amount of laps, right? And after that, to be safe, so nobody writes off the the F1 car, everyone has to pit and change the tires. So that was like kind of an executive decision. And it's like, okay, the resurfacing of the track is one issue, but then the prevailing weather conditions are kind of the separate issue. There's nothing you can do about it, right? Weather is the weather.
Yeah. True. So I'm looking here.
That Qatar race was grueling, right? It was grueling both for the drivers and the machines. Lester?
No, I was just thinking there was something in the news this week with MotoGP. Because MotoGP this season have had an issue where lots of teams are complaining about their regulation around tyre pressures and they didn't feel it was safe and was also potentially damaging for the tyre. That aside, the Japanese MotoGP, which I think was last weekend, I tend to be corrected, but they encountered another issue. These are on the Michelin tyres, and they were blaming the heat and the track conditions, and the wear and tear on these tires was ridiculous. I mean, there's big lumps of rubber coming off these tires, which could easily cause blowouts. And so there's now a bigger shout from that form of motorsport. So maybe there's more going on here. Maybe, I mean, it's not just different tire companies, manufacturers, but the tracks they need to maintain is that they're getting a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah.
Different types of motor racing, all using the same tracks. So I don't know. Maybe they need to just, look at the racing lines that they use. And I can't remember which tracks they were. There were that some that you didn't use the same track for every motorsport. You actually could change the track layout. And maybe they just need to do something different. These tracks take a pounding, not just the tires.
Doesn't like on the same tracks that kind of used for MotoGP are also used in some shape or form for, sorry, not for the F1, are also used for MotoGP. Like the Qatar track is definitely MotoGP track, and the Saudi is also MotoGP track. So
I don't know how much other motor racing they do. If I look at the UK, the UK's got a lot more than Silverstone going on. There's all sorts of categories of motorsport that use these tracks.
Sure.
So some of these countries have trucks on the same track as bikes. Oh, my echo's come back.
I didn't touch a thing. Maybe it's the click, 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 click.
Do you think somebody
don't say their name?
Somebody's listening, dude. Somebody's listening.
Somebody's always listening.
Do you know why? I can tell you why. There's important things at stake here. The score for the South African versus England game. Oh, that's funny. It's a matter of national pride.
Okay, well, why don't we move on to days of the week and things to be aware of on this day of the year if Leicester's got something for us.
Leicester always has something for us.
Yeah, I won't let the team down. I mean, today's International Day of the Nacho, so I think that's my dinner.
Nachos! You want a taco?
That has to be celebrated, dude. That absolutely has to.
Also, International Sloth Day. I'm not suggesting sloth and nachos go together, but I'm just thinking you're celebrating International Sloth Day. As you know, sloths are fairly inactive. It takes them 2 days to get down from a tree and then another 2 days to get back up a tree. So how can you have 1 day to celebrate the Sloth Day? Anyway, that aside, back to the Future Day.
Can I just mention something? Can you just mention something about sloth? What if, like, they're not actually inactive, but they're actually very mindful about what they do?
I like to consider every second of my life to make sure I'm living life to the fullest.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I say again, no. Yeah, no, very considerate creatures, absolutely. You never hear them swearing abuse at others. I mean, they're very restrained
or making unnecessary
emotions. By all means, let's celebrate them. Back to the Future Day is today.
Yeah, baby.
You should be celebrating that. It's also Bridge Day, which is typically celebrated by bungee jumpers.
Bridge Day. Yeah, baby.
Right. On this day in history.
I think Andrew's palms already started sweating.
Yeah. I was hoping it was card bridge, not concrete bridge.
I know the thought process that was going through his head at that time.
Oh my God.
Benjamin Netanyahu. We haven't mentioned the goings on in that part of the world today. But anyway, it's Benjamin Netanyahu's 74th birthday today.
Okay.
I mean, what a way to celebrate.
Yeah, what a way to celebrate. Let's bomb something.
On this day In 1918, a certain Margaret Owen set a world record. To the seat time. She set the world record typing speed. Those are the days. I wonder how she did today.
I'm just
Yeah,
wondering how many words.
170 words per minute for a whole minute. That's the speed. No errors, no issues. But I'm thinking there's 170 words per minute. How many words can you fit on a page? Oleg will know this.
I think about 300.
All right, so you don't have to change paper in that 1 minute time frame.
No. You wouldn't.
Oh.
You wouldn't. I think about 300. More than 300, most likely.
I would have expected the typing was. So when did she do this in?
1918.
Yes.
Consider the type of typewriters we had in 1918. With the big levers. You know,
Yeah, so there
you
was
didn't need batteries,
same
right?
one on a keyboard today.
so there was a
Smash.
there was a long travel time. Yeah, like if she had access to the modern mechanical keyboard with the cherry red switches, I mean, she would have been owning news.
Yeah.
Oh, amps again.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go. That's all I have today.
Okay.
My focus has been on the sport.
How are you going to celebrate Back to the Future Day?
But yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I'm ready to watch Back to the Future movies again.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get a
I've got this
hoverboard
thing
out.
where, you know, if I go back, you know, I've got the particular thought about a old movie. And then if I go and watch it now, I'm like, oh, you know, it's just spoilt it for me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I suppose when I think back on a movie from yesteryear, I'm thinking about how it made me feel at the time when I watched that movie.
Okay, but there's certain old movies that you'll be able to watch. And
I'm sure there are, but the
make
thing
you
is,
feel.
it's the risk that you are taking where you're going, oh, should I, shouldn't I?
But there's certain classics that you'll still enjoy today, like
Okay, what's a classic movie for you?
Life of Brian.
Life of Brian. Monty Python.
You'll enjoy it today just like you enjoyed it when you first watched it, right?
I don't know.
Lester, your take?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was dated when I watched it. So, yes, it's still the same datedness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very naughty. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Well, talking about that,
That's an absolute classic, dude.
I started watching Band of Brothers again last weekend.
Okay.
Oh,
I think I've got 2 more episodes to go.
that's not a movie.
No, I know it's not a
TV
movie.
show.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I'm just talking about watching previously watched stuff. And there's a new season or new series coming out from Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
It's like something to do with the Air Force.
How old is Tom Hanks now? He must be in
I
the
don't know.
70s.
I don't know. So
Oh,
Tom,
Spielberg.
he's, yeah, he's just upgraded his Zimmer frame. Yeah, and then True Detective, the new season of True Detective is coming out in January.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
wonder if it's going to be. See, now that's something I would watch again. Is the first season of True Detective.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I battled
I've-
through season 2 and season 3. I'm hoping that Jodie Foster's one is going to be good. So that's January. Yeah. I was thinking of watching an old movie last night. So I thought, let me have a look at my DVDs and see what I could watch. I decided not to. I decided to play Gran Turismo 6 on the
Wow, you actually
PlayStation.
played some computer games.
Yeah, I did.
That's impressive.
I did.
Dude. Like,
You haven't mentioned the fact that Microsoft bought Activision.
Activision.
That's a major change in the gaming industry.
yeah, that's huge, dude. That's huge. And Activision owns Blizzard Entertainment.
Well, you haven't mentioned it, and therefore I can't mention it.
Oh, but I see here talking about Gran Turismo and playing computer games. I can get myself a Red Bull Racing RB18 show car simulator Championship Edition for for £100,000.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
does it come with a helmet
No.
and a pick through for 100,000?
And in the picture, it's sitting next to a Porsche.
Of course.
Yeah, and then you can get the 2022 official Oracle Red Bull Racing RB18 Show Car Simulator Race Edition. Not the Championship Edition, the Race Edition. For £75,000. Ash.
Just no.
I don't know. I would want, but I
On
don't
your
know.
side, you would be up for that.
Yes.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't. In my
Sell the bikes.
in
the garage.
Yeah, in the garage. In the garage. Yeah.
You know, for that money, you'll be able to buy a Porsche, yeah.
Oh yeah. And go to the track.
My car that drives.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it would be nice, but not to be. I wonder how many of those they've sold.
I reckon a few.
And the difference between the race edition and the championship edition is that the race edition's got a front
Extra
wing on
speed
it.
strike.
It's got a front wing on it.
So the front wing's going to cost 200. Was it made of carbon fiber?
Jeez, I don't know, dude.
Wow.
I wonder if it comes with the Formula One game. Or do you have to? Or is that an extra?
Game not included.
Oh no, that's so wrong. Anyway, yeah. So that's that. Okay. If there's nothing
Have a
else,
stage show in London now.
what's that?
Back to the Future. There's a stage show in London.
Oh really?
It's open this year.
I think that would be quite interesting to watch.
As long as it's not a musical.
Yeah.
But then
Men in tights. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, do you ever go watch shows like that?
Do you know why they have this back? Let me explain. Going back to this Back to the Future thing. The reason they have this day is that Back to the Future, like several other 80s movies, were classics of the time, and people talked about them for years to come. So there was probably nobody in the world at that point, theoretically, that hadn't seen this movie or any of the three movies.
Ah.
Now we keep talking about it years afterwards, and on significant dates in the movie, it always comes up on social media. We now have to. It's been that long. The next generation needs to realize these movies, but they have to watch them as if in our day we were told to go and watch classic movies from the 40s and 50s because they were classic movies, and you're like, okay, that's nice. So when you refer to it, what it's
Yeah.
no, but it's all about context. So you got the children need to be educated on the context of these movies, the storylines, the characters, so that they are equipped in their lives. So when these conversations come up on those key dates,
You know
there you
what?
go.
Cool.
So it's all about not just what you getting the old DVD out the cupboard, it's to train and educate the next generation.
Yeah.
Can I add my 5 cents, right? It's like what I think would be cool is that if like certain famous producers would take some of these like classic movies and remake them. I mean, like how cool would it be to like watch a modern version of Back to the Future by Quentin Tarantino?
And what car? And what car would they use? So talking about the car.
I don't know, but I can guarantee you there's going to be Uma Thurman in there, and there's going to be lots of toes.
Yeah. Yeah. So talking about the car, the DeLorean.
You guys ever seen a DeLorean?
Yes, that's where I was going.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this. Have you watched the documentary about the
Yes.
development of the DeLorean? So you know the guy that was head
Yeah.
of GM and went off and started DeLorean. I mean, his surname was
Mr.
DeLorean. So the body of the car was made out of stainless steel. And I worked at Columbus Stainless Steel.
You're saying
And
that they used
they-
3CR12?
They had a DeLorean there.
Sure.
What? Really? A club steel?
Yes.
No way.
They've still got it.
Yes, way.
They've still got it. It's like a
Was
showpiece.
it like the original car, or was it?
No,
Yeah,
it's
where I'm coming from.
no. Well, it's not. It doesn't look like the Back to the Future car, but it's a DeLorean.
Every DeLorean I've seen in my life in real time has been modified as a Back to the Future car.
Oh,
I've
really?
seen 3 of them.
Really? Yeah. My mom sent me a link the other day where someone found a DeLorean in a barn find.
Oh, I can believe
What,
that.
in Cape Town?
No, obviously overseas.
Oh, okay.
Well, they didn't make that many, and they weren't that reliable. So probably you're just going to break down and shove it back in the garage and go and buy something more practical.
Are you saying they weren't reliable?
Yes.
Less reliable than today's new cars?
I mean, if you're going to, yeah, if you're going to choose a model car to use to travel in time, or you're going to choose a DeLorean,
Let's just say no.
I
You
think-
most
I
likely
think I
will
would
opt
choose
out
something
for a Toyota, right?
Yeah, because they're still using parts from 1970. So if you go back in time, you can still buy parts.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So you
But
got
the-
me
the
going now. I
massive
want to
MX-5
watch Back to the Future now.
The
Whereas the
Quentin
MX-5 has been
Tarantino
around so
edition.
long. You could go forwards and backwards in history, and you'd find enough of the spare parts.
Yeah. Well, now, 20 odd years later, yes. You'd be able to find spares if you went back in time. Yeah.
You need to go and watch Back to the Future 3 now because
was
they
the-
went back to the Wild West, didn't they?
But there was some news that they were going to bring out a new DeLorean. Let's see here.
Ow.
DeLorean, like that. DeLorean company images. See there's the new DeLorean. So there's the old DeLorean.
Mm.
There's the DeLorean Alpha 5.
Electric.
Company shut down. Is it still going?
Well, I suppose these days you can buy the rights to the name and then produce the car and not necessarily be the original company. That's happened with a lot of motorcycle,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Norton. They've someone bought the rights to the name and now are making Norton motorcycles. Looks like a Tesla.
It
Oh,
does.
5
It
looks
does. You know, in
It's
terms
okay.
of new EV, there's like a retro cyberpunk version of the EV from Hyundai. Can you
Oh,
just
right.
Google it?
Yeah, which one?
Just say Hyundai E EV.
Yep.
Just
Hey,
add,
that looks quite nice.
just add concept to it, maybe.
Concept. Ah, sept. I typed what I said. Shept. Concept. There's the one I like.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
The 1970 design into retro electric.
I think that looks so cool, dude.
Now, how's this? A Hyundai Pony EV concept. Looks like an old Datsun.
It does. It does. It does.
Why would you call your car a pony? Is it like a
Pony.
1 horsepower?
Yeah, it's only got 1 horsepower.
Well, technically, since it's a pony, it's like a half
Uh,
of the actual horsepower.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys,
Yeah.
just switching the topic back to like the classic vehicles, the classic movies and remakes. Another thing I would really love to see is like a remake of Life of Brian by Guy Ritchie.
Oh, jeez.
The only thing that would make it more entertaining than the original.
Yeah, I think we're going to get on to
Jeez,
this.
dude,
Let's
these
get
guys are actually talking about making this pony.
I think it's already there, dude.
Oh, it says 2021 Hyundai Pony concept, but I don't know if they've actually made it.
Pony.
Just
It's not good. It's pony.
It's only pony. It's only a pony.
1 pony horsepower.
Not even a full horse.
Sick. I mean, this is so bizarre. Like,
It's all
like
and no pony.
it's so like that I would almost like just want to get one just for the hell of it.
It looks cool, dude. Though.
Yeah, it does,
It
though.
looks really cool. It looks completely retro, cyberpunk, and like, dude, look at that dashboard.
Yeah, how's the dashboard?
Look at that dashboard.
Oh my gosh!
That is just
But
absolutely
check the
awesome.
steering. Check the steering wheel.
Oh, that is amazing, dude.
How's that? It's like retro style steering wheel
I
with
love
electronics
ponies,
on
dude.
it.
I love ponies. I have nothing against ponies, man.
Yes. Yeah, no, this is pretty cool. I reckon. I mean,
I reckon-
imagine if they brought back an electric Beetle, but like looked like
Proper,
the original proper Beetle,
But
but
like-
electric.
Look, like looking at these pictures, and Nesta, apologies, like we're not sharing the screen, but like honestly, looking at this picture of the interior and exterior, I could tell you this is like most likely designed by some Italian designers because it looks just exquisite.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the
When I'm
interior
saying-
is just amazing.
I mean, it just looks so polished, and
And
you
like
would
for
never
me-
say it's like a Korean vehicle.
For me, I would only buy this if it had the side mirrors on the front fenders. Well, and it has. Yes,
It's most likely cameras, dude.
probably.
It's most likely
Yeah, that
cameras.
doesn't actually work. It's all about the cameras.
Yeah. But it's actually clever because you're getting a really good view.
Yeah, man, that's so cool. Okay, guys.
On that happy note,
On that happy note, shall we end it?
let's do it.
Let's do
Kill
it.
it.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
That's I was like flashback to the future.
Do you have new closing music?
What's that?
Do you have new closing music?
No, I used the same.
Okay.
Same.
Just thought you might, it only took 5 minutes.
I'll live with that. I think we can do with that one. Okay, well, we'll see you next weekend for episode 120.
Shut the front door.
We've got to get our timing right that the Kruger Park trip and episode 200 coincide.
At this rate,
Yeah.
taking us.
Well,
Was it not-
based on our
Yeah,
budgetary
sorry.
conversation we had yesterday, we need all the time we can get.
Like, what are the budgetary constraints? Like, for
Oh
real?
my gosh, we worked out how much it would cost. What was it? 18 days in the Kruger Park, hiring a vehicle, being in the park for that long, accommodation, ding, 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 ding. Yes, is what we were in for 100 grand each.
How's that
check his
possible?
face.
How's that possible? Kruger
I
Park
don't
is
know.
not that expensive.
I think
man.
it was Lester's maths.
No, like, guys, like, how did you figure it out? Because Kruger Park, like Skukuza and like different campsites, the accommodation there is not that expensive.
Dude, the accommodation's the cheap part.
Okay, so what was the issue?
Fuel and hiring the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, these are overlander vehicles.
Oh, okay, so you guys are looking at something like, for example, say,
Yeah,
Rocket
we're not-
Defender or Land Cruiser type of thing.
Yeah, we're not getting a Honda Taz. I mean,
Okay.
Honda Taz.
Pony.
Pony.
A pony. We're getting a
Pony.
pony. We're going to be going on a pony
Guys, I dare you to do a Kruger Park trek.
in an EV vehicle.
No, not in the EV vehicle, but in something like Suzuki.
Jimny.
No, something smaller than the Jimny. Like, it has to be something smaller. What's the smallest Suzuki you can find?
Oh my
That is going
gosh.
to be on.
A Suzuki GSX-R 1000?
No, dude, that's a model.
I mean, you could get away from elephants on there.
I
Very,
dare
very
you.
quickly.
I dare you, dude.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's end it off. We'll catch you next week for some other random conversation about absolutely nothing.
Looking forward to it.
I look forward to it. I think that's the quote of the day. Oh, I look forward to that. Okay, cool. We'll chat later. Bye.
It is. Bye.